Hi guys, welcome back to another look at another commander I play. Obviously with the new Tarkia Dragonstorm coming out, I made Elsha the Threefold Master. She is a Jeskai commander, blue, red, white. She has Tremble, she has Prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put +1/+1 on her until the end of the turn. Whenever she deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 bold monks with Prowess. She's a 1/1. So let's have a little deep dive look down at my deck profile. It's very budget friendly. It's literally a case of I just like this commander, so I made my own version. So let's get into it. So normal lands, we have 1 Plains. Don't ask me why. We have 4 mountains and 4 islands. So that's the basics. Starting off with a non-basic, so it is Shivan Reef, which is a tap, add a colourless, tap, add a red or blue, deals 1 damage to you. Temple of the Triumphs, enters tapped, scry 1, taps for red and white. Evolving Wilds, let's tap it, sack it, go grab a land. It's usually a basic land. Ash Barrens, tap it for normal colourless mana or basic land cycling, which is really fun. Quarry Mountain Monastery, this is one of the new lands. It enters tapped unless you control a plains or an island, so it works with Jeskai. Tap it, add a red, pay a red and free. You tap it, exile the top card of your library. Until the end of your turn, you may play that card. It's really fun. We've got one of the Verges, the Sunbillow Verge. Got it as a promo. Tap, add a white, tap, add a red if you control a mountain or plains. Sulphur Falls, enters tapped unless you control an island or mountain, taps for red and blue. Temple of Epiphany, another temple that enters tapped, scry 1, adds red or blue. Command Tower, adds all 3 of our colours that we need. Sky Cloud Expanse, pay 1, tap it, add a white and a blue. Rugged Priory, tap it, add a colourless, pay a red or a white, tap it and add 2 of each. Path of Ancestry, enters tapped, adds mana of the colour identity that I'm in. Cascade Bluffs, another one that is taps for a colourless, or you can pay 1, tap it, add 2 colours or 1 colour. Reliquary Tower, no hand size, taps for colourless. Previous Landscape, lets me go grab lands. Temple of Enlightenment, another temple, enters tapped, scry 1, adds blue and white. Friar Islet, pay a life, tap it, add a blue or a red, or pay 1, tap it, sacrifice, draw a card. Glacial Fortress, enters tapped unless you control plains or island, gives you white and blue. Riverglide Pathway, which is red or blue, depending on the side you play it. Clifftop Retreat, another one that says enters tapped unless you control a mountain or plains. A Darker Wastes, taps for colourless or adds a blue or white, but you have to take a damage. Priory Stream, classes as plains or an island, enters tapped unless you control 2 or more lands. Another, what are they called? I'm guessing it's like a cycle land, I suppose. You pay 1 colourless and then you get 2 colours. Exotic Orchard, makes mana if other people have mana. Hollowed Fountain, it's probably the most expensive land in the deck. Enters tapped unless you pay 2. Battle Forge, another one that deals damage. Mystic Monastery, enters tapped but adds all 3 colours. And then the last land is an irrigated farmland, enters tapped, but it is a plains and island, so it is searchable if you're playing fetches. We'll move on to instants. Ponder, Pongify, destroy target, turn it with target creature and turn it to a 3/3 ape. It's really fun. Opt, scry 1, draw a card. Or 1 mana C, or 1 costing 1 blue. Frantic Search lets you kind of fiddle with the top a bit. Draw 2, discard 2, and then untap 3 lands. Desperate Ritual adds 3 mana, 3 red mana, and you can splice it as well. Consider, Surveil 1, draw 1, really strong. All going to start triggering the Prowess. Sword to Plowshare, instant removal. Mastet's reversal, copy target instant or sorcery, then return it to its owner's hand. You may choose new targets. It's really good for like redirection. Prismatic command, you can choose 2, so you deal 2 damage, then target player draws 2 cards, then discards 2 cards, target player creates a treasure token or destroy target artifact. Bit of removal, bit of everything. Abrade, costs a red and a colourless, deals 3 damage to a target or destroy target artifact. And the last one is Big Score. Is additional cost to this, you discard a card, draw 2, to create 2 treasures. Nice and easy, kind of helps ramp us a bit and gives us some bits and bobs. Moving on to the sorceries. Ponder. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put them in back in any order, draw a card. Seize the spoils, as an additional cost, discard a card, draw 2, create a treasure. Another kind of thing like Big Score. Strike it rich, create a treasure token. It has flashback, so you can get another treasure token. Faithful Sleuth, a little bit of cycling. Draw 2, discard 2. Also has flashback. Also only costs 1. Vanquish of the Horde, cost 1 less for each creature on the battlefield. Destroy all. So Wrath. Infernal Plunge. As an additional cost, sacrifice creature, so you to sacrifice a token, make 3 red. Another destruction spell, board wipe. Exile cards, make loads of boars. Path of the Pyromancy, discard all cards in your hand, add red for each card discarded this way, then draw that many cards, +1. Will of the Planeswalker, starting with you, each player votes Planeswalker or Chaos. If the Planeswalker gets votes, more votes. Planeswalkers, more votes. Planeswalker. If Chaos gets more votes, the vote is tied, Chaos ensues. Mana Geyser, add 1 red for each tap land your opponents control. Another mana. Preordain, scry 2, draw a card. Will of the Jeskai, choose 1 if you control your commander. You choose both, so most of the time you cast this when you got your commander out. Each player may discard their hand and draw 5 cards. Each instant and sorcery in your graveyard has flashback. Priory Pillage, as an additional cost, discard a card, draw 2, create 2 treasures. Really good. Dismantling Wave, for each opponent destroy up to 1 target artifact enchantment that player controls. When this is cycled, destroy all artifacts. Time Wipe, another like board wipe. So that is the sorceries. We'll do the creatures at the end. Let's move on to enchantments. So you have sorcery class, cost 2. It says when it enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards, then discard 2. You can level 2 it, which then gives all your creatures the ability to tap for mana. You can only use it for instant sorceries or to gain class levels. This one is pay 5, level 3. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, that spell deals damage equal to its number of instants and sorceries you cast this turn. So you do it right near the end, basically, when you've got a chain going. Double Vision. When you cast your first instant or sorcery, each turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets. Jessica's Ascendancy. When you cast a non-creature spell, creatures you control get +1 until the end of the turn. Untap those creatures. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Fiery Inception. When it enters, the ring tempts you. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. 1000-Year Storm. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it. For each other instant or sorcery spell you cast this turn, you may choose new targets. Whirlwind of Thought. Whenever you cast, you basically draw power. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, draw a card. Tempest Technique. Storm. Enchanted creature you control gets +1/+1 for each enchantment you control. Metalogic Summoning. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a XX colourless construct artifact, where X is that spell's mana. You can exile it and return all instants and sorceries from to your hand. Aether Heart. It's got Flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a rally counter on this enchantment, then create a 1/1 white monk, each prowess for each rally counter on it. Swarm Intelligence. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may copy that spell, you may choose new targets for that spell. Going on to the artifacts now. So first artifact is Adaptive Training Post. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell, if this spell has fewer than 3 charge counters on it, put a charge counter on it, remove 3 charge counters from this artifact. When you next cast an instant or sorcery, copy it. You may choose new targets. Quarry Steel Cutter. It has equipped creature gets +1/+1, has trample and haste, has flurry. So when you cast your second spell each turn, you create a 1/1 white monk token with prowess, and I attach this to it. It's really good, and it only costs 2. Typical Soul Ring, Felwar Stone, Arcane Signet, just the usual boys. Moving on to the creatures. Excuse my way of words. First creature is Barrel and Kariver Zeh. First Strike Menace. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery each turn, you may cast a spell with lesser mana value that shares the card type with it from your hand without paying its mana cost. If you don't, create a first mate Ragavan. It's a 2/1 red monkey, and it gains haste until the end of the turn. It is a 2/4. Monastery Mentor is a monk. It has prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a white monk with prowess. He is a 2/2. Third path, Iconoclaster. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a soldier. 2/1. Vicious Bibliophile. Flying Vigilance. Whenever you cast a spell with 1 or more targets, draw that many cards. It is a 3/3. Gutter Snipe. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, this card deals 2 damage to each opponent. Do a little bit of damage. Shuriko and Narset, the original commander for this set. It is a 4-cost commander that is a 4/4 with Flying Vigilance, Flurry. When you cast your second spell each turn, copy that spell. If it targets a permanent or a player, you may choose new targets. If you don't copy it, draw a card. Young Pyromancer. When you cast a instant or sorcery, create a red 1/1 elemental. Flamehold Grappler. This is a new one I added. First strike. When this creature enters, copy the next spell you cast. You may choose new targets. It's a 3/3 and it costs 3, so it's really good. Kaikar, Wind's Fury. Flying. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 white spirit token with flying. Sacrifice a spirit, add 1 red mana. Really good. Krark the Thumbless. Most people know what this does, but it says whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, flip a coin. If you lose the coin, return that spell to its hand. If you win, copy it. Choose new targets. Goblin Electromancer. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less. Haunting Denji. Flying. This creature's power is equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Instant and sorcery cards cost 1 less. So that'd be 2 less with them 2 cards. Displacer Kitten. This is a new card I added. It has Avoidance. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent you control, then return it to the battlefield under its controllers. So usually a target like a Soul Ring. We play the other Elsha of the Infinite. She is a 5-costing commander that is a 3/3 with prowess. It says you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast the top card of your library. If it's a non-creature, non-land card, you may cast it as it had flash. Really fun. Play Telran, Sky Summoner. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, create a 2/2 blue drake with flying. Stormkill Artist. This gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, create a treasure. Archmage Emulus. Another one with Magecraft. Whenever you cast a spell, copy it, draw a card. Caldera Pyremore. Flying. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Then this creature deals damage to equal to its power to a target opponent. So it's a nice little attacky tack. We play Electrofield. Defender. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, deals 1 damage to each opponent. Pinnacle Monk. It is a a creature, which is also a monk, with prowess that says whenever it enters, return target instant sorcery card to your hand. If not, you play as a land, as you can see just here at the bottom. Wavebreak Hippoclamp is an enchantment creature. It's a 2/2. It says whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, draw a card. We play Runaway Steamkin. It says whenever you cast a red spell, if Runaway has fewer than 3/+1/1 counters on it, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Remove 3 1/1 counters from it, and add 3 red mana. Really good for ramping and spells. And then you've got Viren, the Voice of Duality. He is a 3-costing guy. There's a 2/2. There's a wizard, and then Efreet, Mage Crafter. So whenever you cast a spell, you get to put +1/+1 into it until the end of the turn. If you casting or copying an instant or sorcery causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, it triggers an additional time. So prowess you get double prowesses. But yeah, that is my Elsha deck profile. It's still a work in progress. We will come back to it eventually and like update it and look at little things that we can add to it. I do like how this commander plays because it is very fun. It seems different. I'm currently making Frodo and Sam, and then I've also got like Muldrotha, Krenko, Zamone, Kamina, Edgar, Miriam, and the Beam Bullies. So I have quite a lot. So expect a few more deck profiles to come through. But this is the most recent one that's just came out, and this is the one that I've been making recently. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider liking and subscribing. See you in a bit. Peace.